morning, good morning, or good afternoon, or good night, whichever region you are in. Welcome to Early Morning Live with Jackie. So, guys, let me see, it's about 4 o'clock now, and I'm up, can't sleep because, no, why I can't sleep, guys, because the hurricane, or should I say tropical storm Melissa is out. Melissa is 36 kilometers away from Jamaica, and it said that the meteorologist said that it could be a possible threat to Jamaica. We're going to be getting a lot of rain, a lot of water. You know, that's what I'm afraid of, guys. You know, so every time I hear the gushing winds outside, I say, God, please just have some mercy on Jamaica. You know, give us a blight. We ask you a blight so the storm can pass over. But nevertheless, let me read. I'm reading my daily bread, so I'm doing it with you guys. And it comes from Proverbs 3, verse 9. Honor the Lord with the substance and with the first fruits of all thine increase. Honor the Lord with thy substance and with the first fruit of all thine increase. So you see me have on my nightwear, my robe and thing like that, so no mind the robe. All right. So honor the Lord with thy first fruit. Traditionally, um, if you're a Christian or if you're part of a culture that whatever you have, whatever you get first, for example, churches, they talk about first fruit. So whatever you get, if you get your first salary, it is said that you are to give it to the church. If you have your firstborn, you dedicate your firstborn um, to God. You know, a farmer plants his provision, and when the time comes for reaping, you make sure you give somebody the first provision, or you give the church, so that you may be blessed. You can garner more blessing, right? So honor the Lord with thy substance and with the first fruit of all thine increase. So you honor the Lord. How do you honor the Lord? Linden, morning, bro. Morning. How do you honor the Lord? All right. So you honor the Lord through prayer and fasting, and make sure you tithes. And you give your tithes and your offering, and make sure that you support your pastor in any possible way that you can. You know, first fruit. When you bless your pastor, you're actually acknowledging that, you know, you're you're honoring the Lord with the substance and with the first fruit of all thine increase. Because many times we get increase, and what we do, we don't bless anybody with it. And sometimes you wonder why you struggle so much in life, financially. It's because you don't share your blessings, right? So when the Lord blesses you, you must bless back someone, no matter how small it is, right? No matter how small it is. Morning, welcome, welcome. You know that every time I go to the supermarket, every time I go to the supermarket, I bless somebody from what I purchase. If it is even a drink, for example, on Wednesday, I know of a person who is out of a job, and it is really a struggle for the person. And I stopped. Let me switch this a bit. I stopped at the jerk man, the man that is selling, jerk chicken and side dish festival and other side things. And when I was purchasing it, I realized that, this person probably is hungry. Because if you now work and you don't have no money to buy food, you're going to be hungry. And I bought a serving for the person and a drink. And when I reached home and I handed it to the person was so happy. And the person said, "Oh my God, you don't know what you have done for me." So when God blesses you, no matter if it's even a loaf of bread, for example, you understand? Give somebody a slice. If you make $10, so you have to give your pay your tithes and your offering out of it. But there's someone else that you can bless, no matter how small. So here goes the inspiration. If you are privileged enough to become wealthy or even just financially stable, let a sum of your money be dedicated to the things of God. This does not necessarily have to be in the form of offering, but it is good to support your local church with money. Church cannot run without money. Church cannot run without money, and we know that. And the pastor, the leadership, they depend on the money to run the church. You can use your money to help the less fortunate also. So if you don't want to give it to the church, or if you're not a member of the church, you can give it to the less fortunate. That is godly also. Don't let having money cause stinginess in your heart. Be willing to give. You have a lot of rich persons in your community and in our community, and they're so mean. When we say they are so mean with what God blessed them with, not even their helper they are kind to. A lady was sharing a couple days ago, was she worked with some rich people, and the way how they work her and the things that they give her to eat, trust me, it's less than what they would have given their dog. For example, they would buy sardine and mackerel for her, but they would buy chicken back and certain sort of meat for their dog. So they pride their dog over their helper. Nothing is wrong with mackerel and sardine, but it's just the way how these rich people look down at their helper. And for me, I think that you see your helper, You must treat your helper the best, because guess what? Are your helper cook your food? Are your helper in your house? You don't know. The helper can spit in the food and give you a spit in the water and give you, and you don't know. You understand? Or do some hanky panky business, you know? You know? Um, YouTube putting up some question, some hanky panky business. So I just think that if you have a helper, treat that helper. But some rich people, they look down on their helper, right? And that's why some of them, hey, Linden, thanks. That's why some of these rich people, they don't share what they have. So some of them dead. They die with this whole heap of money, and the government get back those money. So when you have anything, share it and spread the love. Spread the love. It's always good. Don't let having money cause stinginess in your heart. Be willing to give. Whenever you're people say then give so till it hurt. As we say, you don't have to give the church. You can give the less fortunate, because you have a lot of needy persons. You have a lot of persons on the street people. Um, Wednesday again. Wednesday was a day for me. I went into this Chinese shop to purchase, some perfume, because I love perfume. There's a new Chinese store that opens, and the same things that they sell on Shein, they are selling it cheaper. So I'm so glad when I went into the store and saw them. So I just grabbed two. It was cheap, very cheap. But coming back out of the store, I saw an old man lying on the pizza. He could be my father. I think he is about 70 something. Maybe my dad is older, but he's a big man lying down. Morning, 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 welcome on the pizza. And he said, Miss, can you buy me a drink? I haven't eaten from morning. Somebody said that they were going to carry something. I did not hesitate. I had $250 left that I said I was going to buy bananas, and I gave him $150. So I have the $100 just to buy two bananas to make some smoothie and whatever. And I gave the man $150 out of the 250. 250 I say I had? Yes, thereabout. And after I blessed the man with $150, I went to the fruits lady and I said, how much for one of your bananas? And she said, $50. I gave her the $100. You know how much bananas the lady put in the bag? No, you tell me, say, it may sound simple. Tell me, say, that are no blessing. The lady put 4 bananas in the bag. 4 bananas. So you see, when you bless people, God in return provides somebody to bless you. And me say, look at that thing. And out of the 4 bananas, I gave away 2 out of the bananas. So when you give, guys, when you give, trust me, God will in return bless you, or God will line up, set up somebody to bless you. You see hurricane coming now, or should I say tropical storm Melissa or whatever. Yes, that thing there. Many persons don't have food this morning here in Jamaica. And I'm certain that you have persons in their community who can give them 1 2 pound of flour or give them 2 canned food. They not do it. You understand? But it's very, very important to think of others. Some of them have to go to schools for shelter because their houses are not intact. And you think somebody who have a 5 bedroom house, me not say people fit take up anybody put in their house. Me not say that because I wouldn't do that because you have to know, but you have some relatives who are struggling, hurricane a come and their house probably not stay good. You can say, call them up and say, so and so, come stay during the hurricane, just like how somebody called me yesterday and say, Jackie, remember last year what the hurricane did to you because the tree, a part of the tree, willow tree, drop alongside the house, drop on a part of my car, damage it. So the person was saying, come stay with me during the hurricane, you know. So I have that option. At least somebody is looking out. So during this period, let us look out for each other. You understand? Don't be selfish. No, it's not the time for you to be selfish. You understand? No, it's not the time to be selfish. So I'm going to finish my daily bread. All right. So I pray that I will always use my wealth for good and not for my selfish desires. Lord, may I always be attentive to those who are in need and also the needs of my church. I desire to be of help to anyone who comes my way, and if I can use my money to do so too, I will. In Jesus' name, amen. So if you can use your money to help somebody, if you can, you understand? But sometimes you have to make sacrifices, guys. Sacrifices, right? Give, give. All right. So the lesson this morning is to give, not to be selfish. All right. So I'm not going to stay long. It's 4:28 now in the morning, and it's Friday morning. And believe me, I want you to pray for Jamaica. Pray that we will be safe. Pray that God will, you know, calm the storm so that, you know, it does not hit us. You know, we need the rain because the place was hot and the farmers need it. But trust me, I cannot handle the disaster. I am totally traumatized by even the word storm or hurricane. Honest to God. So just pray for Jamaica, guys. Pray for Jamaica land we love. So this morning, guys, persons who live in lowland here, we ask God to protect them. I hope they move and go to better places and things like that. But trust me, where I live, me just concerned about the other part of the tree. It bent towards the other my neighbor's house, but when the wind a blow, anything can happen. We just have hope and pray, say, you know, you know, and that the roof stay on. I'm laughing, but hi there, hi. Um, you know, it's not a joke, it's a serious thing. I'm just a prayer. I pray God to just help us here in Jamaica, you know. YouTube. YouTube is telling me to ask question. If I if you were a flavor, what would you do? I didn't know that YouTube has this question. So if you were a flavor, what would you do? Anyway, I put it at the side there. If anybody want to answer it, you can answer it. Bro, it's on and off rain now. They said that in the next 24 hours we are going to be having torrential rain and stormy wind and things like it's sort of calm now, but the rain on and off, on and off. Hit Jamaica's yet, it's just that the rain and the breeze, every rain and the breeze. But they said the next 24 hours. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, not too bad. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to up off now. I might come back later on. So, guys, it was a pleasure having all of you on my live. No school today. I'm not going to school. Schools are closed from yesterday. All schools in Jamaica, we were closed from yesterday. No school. Hmm. Yeah, man, we catch up later. It was a pleasure having all of you on my live. Thanks for sticking and staying with me. I hope that you subscribe to my channel. Like, share, subscribe. And if there's a topic that you want me to elaborate on, you can put it in the comment section. All right. Or if you have any other suggestion to the growth of this channel, I will accept your suggestion and work on it. All right. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the day and stay safe. God bless you all and peace out. Bye. Thank you.